after you've spent hours and sometimes days figuring out where you want your rocks to go and how you like them and your 8 million changes on it, then you've got to glue them in place. There's kind of two ways to do it, because if I take everything off here, then I got to remember how to put it all back on. A lot of people like to take a big graph thing, they take a photograph with their phone, and then put that all aside and transfer it back and forth. And if I'm doing a skyscraper one, I have to do that. But for one like this, I can do it while they're right in place. I can take one at a time, lift them off, put them aside, put them back on, and just work from basically one part to another on this. So I thought what we'll do is show you how to do one, and then I'll go away magically and do a whole bunch of other stuff. So what are you going to need to glue these down? Well, you're going to need the ugly cement. We mentioned at the beginning that this was a cement that's hydraulic, and it's going to work with warm water. So I'm going to take one of my red Solo party cups here, and I'm going to put some scoops, usually 2 scoops. You don't want to do too much at one time, because when it hardens up, it hardens up. Remember that this was set up to work underwater in the case of a plumber, and still harden up. So it's kind of ideal for our circumstances if it's something that'll work underwater. I like using palette knives for this, because you're going to make like a bricklayer when you do this. In fact, I've given workshops all over the place on this particular thing, and some of my favorite people for doing this are people who have laid bricks in the past or laid down ceramic tiles. They really know how to do this. You're going to get this up to a pasty-like solution. Don't try and do it all at once, because it's kind of like making gravy. You'll get it too lumpy. But just keep adding it in. But once it makes the change, it really makes it. And you'll actually feel your cups start to get warm, because it is an exothermic reaction. That is, it gives off heat when it's starting to go together. So I've got a nice thing, kind of the consistency of yogurt. And I'm going to take my rock, go to the underside, and I'm going to lather on this. You can use a spoon, you can use your knife. If your stones have been cut, this becomes very easy. If they haven't been cut and they're uneven underneath, you're going to have to kind of make a flat area for it. Kind of concentrate it in the center of the stone, because of course when you put it down, it's going to squish. It's going to squish right out. Then it helps if you put a pencil mark down, but I happen to know where the stone's supposed to go. You'll take your stone and center it and push it down. Push it down. But then this is where you get the fun part. And you got to be very, very good about this. And I didn't pour my water, so I wasn't being very good about it. Pour some clean, warm water and take a brush. And the brush I like to get are the crazy little nothing brushes from Harbor Freight, the disposable kinds of ones for this. Because you have to immediately clean up. You grab your paper towels, whatever, but you've got to clean up any of the material that has gone out from underneath and squishing. Otherwise, it's going to become a permanent part of our landscape. And you've got to be very, very good with this. I have found in the past that nurses are extremely good with this.